The photograph captures a moment of pure happiness. Ed Parris stands in the center, surrounded by his wife Charlene and their 5 daughters. They are laughing, arms around each other, a family portrait of love and security. He often joked about being outnumbered, but he never complained. This was his world. This was his legacy. But photographs are frozen moments. They capture the light, but they cannot capture what is moving in the shadows just outside the frame. For the Parris family, that shadow was about to fall. And when it did, it would take 87 days to find out where their daughter had gone. Stephanie Parris was the second oldest of 5 girls. Her family described her as someone who wore her heart on her sleeve. She was direct, strong-willed, and fiercely independent. She loved animals, children, and life itself. She drew from the moment she could hold a pencil. Her creativity was not a hobby, it was a calling. As she grew older, that calling took her to cosmetology school. She wanted to build something of her own. She started a YouTube channel and an Instagram page, showcasing her talent for special effects and makeup. She was determined to be seen. Her offline world was beginning to mirror her online success. She was getting job offers. She was hired to do makeup for New York Fashion Week. She came home nearly in tears from excitement, running into the house shouting that she had gotten the opportunity. For Stephanie, everything was finally coming together. She had a career path, a creative outlet, and a new relationship she described as a fairy tale. She had met John on a Facebook dating website. He was a successful stockbroker from Staten Island. He was charming. He was treating her well. She told her family she had found Mr. Right. She told them she had never been so in love. She had never had such a perfect guy. Her family watched as she fell in love. They saw the glow. They heard the excitement in her voice. The future was bright. There was nothing that was going to get in her way. But then, the calls started. Stephanie called her mother in a panic. She said her house was haunted. She had gone into the bathroom and seen a handprint on the mirror. It looked like someone had pressed their palm against the glass and dragged their fingers down. It was as if she had stepped into a horror movie. A few days later, something else happened. Stephanie found her parakeet dead at the bottom of its cage. The bird was cold. The house, once a sanctuary, was starting to feel like a trap. She told her family she was scared, she was worried. There was something in that house that was frightening her. She didn't know if it was a ghost or something else entirely. The night before Halloween, the family decided to go out. Stephanie, her mother, and her sisters went to see a psychic show. After the show, they all returned to the family home. Charlene gave Stephanie her usual instruction. "When you get home, text me or call me. Let me know you got in safely." Stephanie kissed her mother goodnight. She got in her car. The drive from the family home to Stephanie's house took about 6 minutes. 6 minutes. That's all it took for her to vanish from their lives. The family waited for the text. It never came. They rationalized it. Maybe her phone was still on silent. Maybe she was tired and fell asleep. They convinced themselves it was nothing. They went to bed. But the next morning, the silence continued. Stephanie was supposed to be at work. She was reliable. She was punctual. She never missed a shift. The family started calling her phone. There was no answer. Charlene drove over to the house. She was relieved to see Stephanie's car in the driveway. But when she reached the door, she noticed something strange. The door was unlocked. All the lights were on. Her coat and shoes were still by the couch, and Stephanie was nowhere to be found. Charlene then saw the knife less than a foot from where Stephanie's head would have been on the couch. Something had scared her. Charlene decided to ping Stephanie's phone. She called the number, hoping to hear it ring. And then she did. The phone was on the couch. Stephanie never went anywhere without her phone. The fact that it was there, abandoned, was terrifying. They could see a message from her employer asking why she hadn't shown up for work. Ed hacked into Stephanie's Facebook account. The last message was from John. And then the messages got worse. He was angry. He was upset. Ed messaged John. Almost an hour later, John replied. He said he had seen her. Ed knew this was connected. Ed raced towards Stephanie's house. As he turned the corner, he saw her. Stephanie was running through the woods. She was still in her night clothes, no shoes or socks. She was bleeding from the side of her head and her hand. He called out to her. She turned and ran towards him. She grabbed hold of him. He asked her who had hit her. Her answer was one word. John. A police car blocked Ed at the driveway. John was arrested. At the police station, Stephanie said she did not want to file charges. She was protecting him. Ed gave her an ultimatum. The relationship was over. Stephanie promised. She broke up with him. She told her family it was over. She was moving on. But she vanished again. Police searched John's house. They found nothing. Volunteers searched thousands of acres. Nothing. John was arrested for child pornography. He was released after 11 days. Then he died. He hung himself. The search continued, and then they found her. Her body was located near the Grand Marquis reception hall, where her parents had married and she had her prom. She stayed there for 87 days. Stephanie Parris was 24 years old. That happy family portrait now has one empty space.